Hey guys, it's Tainted here, and today I'm bringing you a build I was tweaking around after the release of Plague Star and PoE, of course, um, for Ivara. Now, I wanted to share these builds with you, so if you're an Ivara lover, you would find this build really nice and handy. But let's see how you guys feel about it. But before that, let's see her abilities first. Her ability is called Quiver, her first one at least. That's a utility ability. It has four basic arrows which can be changed depending on how you set up your controls for. Like for me, if I hold down one, it will change the arrow type, and if I tap it, it will shoot it. Now, the arrow which I shot right now is called Dash Wire. It's a yellow icon as you can see, and it creates a zip line for 100-meter at best. This arrow, the red one, is called Noise Arrow, which attracts enemies in a certain radius towards the impact point. And yes, you can combo the arrows up, like how I did with a Noise Arrow and Sleep Arrow, to CC my enemies. Now, the last arrow I would show after a while is called Cloak Arrow. That, as you will see, cloaks yourself. But one good thing about this cloaking or this stealth is you can shoot with alarming weapons, and you would not be out of stealth. Like you will still be in stealth. So all of these are, except for dash arrows, are affected by duration and range. They are not affected by power strength whatsoever. And for noise arrow, only range affects it. Duration doesn't do anything at all. And I think it's 53-meter range at max range for the noise arrow, of course. Her second ability is called Navigate. What Navigate does is it takes any projectile arrows or ammos or bullets or ammunition, and you can control it. And while it's on the flight, it gains a multiplier depending on how much power strength you have. I'm getting 2x multiplier because I have very low strength on this build. This build was just for utility. Um, it can go as high as 11x multiplier if I remember correctly. And yes, the stronger your arrow or your projectile is, the more damage it will deal. Because I'm just saying, if your weapon or your bolt is doing 1 damage, 1000% of that one won't be that high as in terms of if the bolt was doing 20 damage. 20 damage of that 100,000 is a lot. Now, see, I went into stealth. I'm not using any arrow. This is called Prowl. Now, what Prowl does is it's a pickpocketer. I go in stealth and pickpocket my enemies and gain some of the loots it has in the table. And yes, you can combo it with Navigate to get higher damage. Now, why do you get higher damage? Because of stealth? No, 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 no. What Prowl has is a special ability or special mechanism which makes it do more damage depending on the power strength on headshot. So if you go in Prowl mode, use Navigate and have a high power strength, and can navigate the projectile to the headshots, it will deal immense amount of damages. So let's move on to my reason for this making video, the Artemis bow. Now Artemis bow shoots 7 arrows. Ah, stupid bombards. Thank God I have invulnerability. Thank you, DE, for putting invulnerability in here. Anyways, sorry. Let's go back to my Artemis bow and the reason for the build up, of course. So Artemis bow normally shoots 7 arrows, and as you can see, I'm not shooting 7 arrows. I'm shooting more than 7. Why? Well, the reason for this is, yes, as all other exalted weapons, Artemis bow is also affected by bow mods. Now, why I said bow mods is because there are some mods that specifically affects assault rifles. Those mods won't affect Artemis bow. Now, the build I'm showing you right now is my efficient build with with I think it's heavy caliber bow. Now, The heavy caliber build is for high slash procs for mid tier to high end like 90 level enemies. Or actually no, 150 is also fine. But for higher enemies like more than 300 or 250, I mean more than 250, it's good to have high power strength build, which I'll be using right now. Now the composition for this build, or the requirement for this build, is a pre-made group, like not a pub group, a pre-made group of you and your friends or your clanmates going in there and deciding on how far you guys will go. For that you sometimes do need high damages, and Ivara having the cloaking arrow and the, you know, sleep arrow can help out sometimes. Hmm. I like my build. Anyways, but honestly, my preferred build is always and will always be Iffy build. Now, as I said, this is heavy caliber build for higher damage, or I mean higher damage on slash proc. I would be showing you the vigilante in a while, but let me tell you why I went with all damaging instead of status mods, because you know it has 20% status, it's decent status, it could proc status. Well, I shoot 14 arrows, so I think any one of those 14 arrows have a good chance of proccing, because it's the stat is one arrow specifically. Like each arrow have 20% status. Each arrow has I think it's 25 or 20, can't remember properly, percent crit chance. So since I'm shooting 14 arrows, one of them will always obviously proc the status I have, like viral mostly. And yes, that's why I went viral, because you know, half HP, GG for me and my slash. Now, as you saw, I changed my build to vigilante. This build I recommend for high end game because the vigilante set bonus. The set bonus, even though if it's 5% chance, I'm still shooting 14 arrows. Sorry, I mean not 14. Sorry, 17 to 18 arrows. And I think one of the arrows will actually have chance to proc the vigilante set. And when you get on the headshot, sometimes, which is quite frequent, surprisingly for 5%, you get a huge damage multiplier on the slash, on the head, and then the prowl. Now, I personally recommend the high strength mod to be, I mean, high strength build to be for pre-made group, as I said. I'm more inclined towards efficient build because, you know, I don't want to be burdened to my pub groups. Now, one drawback I see with using horizontal, I mean, vertical spread build or vertical, you know, shotgun build is you need to be kind of close as you have to be with shotgun, because you know since the spread is vertical, there is chance that some of the arrows will miss away, I mean miss out if you are shooting from a long distance, and you don't want that happening. See, I don't know if you notice some of the enemies are taking a bit longer time to die because you know I shot from a distance, but if it was close range, it would be dead in an instant. Now, this build, as you can see, is different than my other builds. It has viral acceleration. Now, this is my build for spread builds. Now, what is spread build? Well, here's the thing you need to understand. Sometimes, I mean, a mission, any mission, a survival mission or defense mission, will not have thousands of bomber. It will not have thousands of heavy gunner. They will have a thousand of stupid lancers. Sorry for my F word, almost there. But anyways, stupid lancers and other smaller units. For that, you need to kill them in a wider range. And since they don't come in one, you know, one stacked line and come all jumbled up, having a spread build helps a lot, as you will see. Now, why Vile Exploration and not Vigilante Fervor is because I checked a bit of difference, and there is a small difference. I mean, not a small, kind of huge difference in terms of feel that you will feel when using Fervor, Vigilante Fervor, and Vile Exploration. So, well, this is my build. I hope you like it. and I'm putting a short clip about me killing LV with my efficient build. And I think it's Vigilante. Don't remember. But you'll see how I kill it. Boom, dead, boom, dead. See, the reason Zanuka took more shots because I missed some of the arrows. It's just me, unlucky as hell. On the side note, I'm putting my updated build for the efficient Ivara in the description. It's a bit different than the one in the video because this one has more range and a bit of duration. So I hope you like this one. This is mostly puff friendly build. Thank you.